Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean Part 2 episode number 2 reaction. Alright, the previous episode we got introduced to not a new character. We saw him in the previous season, the final episode, but we got properly introduced to him. His name is Sportsmax and his stand's name is Limp Biscuit. So this guy has a little bit of past with Hermes. He was the one who was responsible for Hermes's sister's death, whose name was Gloria, and obviously that's why Hermes wants vengeance, and that's why she's following him and trying to find like an opportunity to get him. She gets that opportunity, traps him in a pipe, and turns out his dance ability is actually related to the taxidermy that he does, like stuffed animals and stuff. um a bird, a bird's stuffed bird. I don't know what it actually is, but I'm guessing the things that he make, that kind of manifests as an invisible thing and comes and attacks the enemy. So the bird became like that, attacked Hermes, and she was able to defeat the bird. However, the next thing was a crocodile, no, not crocodile, an alligator, and obviously, an invisible alligator, that's scary. And Jolene and Foo Fighters comes in. Foo Fighters' leg gets chopped off, and yeah, and we're in danger. In the final, part, we see Jolene using her stand to kind of punch the cut off leg, and blood splatters. It falls on the crocodile, and we can at least see the silhouette of the crocodile now. But that's all we have got. We need to actually dodge and get out of the line of attack, and then probably deal with it. So that's what's happening. And yeah, so let's see what happens and how Jolene and everyone is able to get out of this situation. Let us begin. This is episode number 2 of Stone Ocean Part 2. I'll be putting the subtitles on the timer here, sync it to whichever is your preference, and let us get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Notebook. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I feel like this would have been better in the previous episode, wouldn't it? Little recap. Why are we getting this in episode 2? What's going on here? This would have been appropriate in the previous episode. Okay. Okay. Oh boy, here we go. This burp is just crazy. All right. So she uses the yeah, there you go. Oh my god, just yo use the tail. But did we get it? I think. Oh yeah, that would help. It's going to the alligator is going to get stuck. Oh boy. Well, we are here, so I guess. Yeah, they're also. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure he's going to do something before that. Oh boy. Like, is it? Oh my god, is it? Oh my, what in the? Oh, it was under the wall. Damn, what? Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Maybe she can. Okay, there it is. And then you'll grab it or something? Oh, yeah, okay, okay. Oh, nice. Oh, all right, there you go. I hope that's the end, or maybe this guy has some more stuffed animals. Oh my god. It's a jigsaw puzzle or something. Oh god, no, what now? Oh, okay. Nice. Was that creature dead? No, no, no. Wait, is Postmax still inside that pipe? Invisible corpse. Okay. The invisible zombie. That's an interesting stand. Yo, he's out. Yeah, when did he get out? I feel like he's out. Please don't. Oh god. Yeah. Hmm. He can't remember. Okay. Find and take the bone. Huh. Oh, you know what I'm feeling? Oh, wait, this girl. Wow. Oh my god. Oh, why is no one? What's going on? Wait, is he invisible? He's invisible. Oh my god, what's going on here? Oh, he himself doesn't realize that he's. So he's dead. Oh, is she going to die here? This is such a miscommunication. Oh, what in the hell is going on? You're seeing this and oh my god. What the hell? Oh boy. Oh, yeah, it's him. Yeah, he realizes now. Run. Yep, she's gonna die now. We saw it in the first episode, you know, that little scene. God damn. So he became the corpse now, the invisible corpse. God. So he died over there and he became like this. I think he died over here. Yeah, there you go. And he became like that. Damn. Yeah, and he's acting like a zombie, you know, like craving for blood and everything. Just like his stuffed animals. Oh god. Damn, so he became the stand. I wouldn't say he became the stand. Yeah. Go outside and wait. What? Oh, great. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, there you go. He's a ghost now. I don't think it matters if his brain bones break or whatever. He's a ghost. Yeah, or a corpse or whatever you call it. Oh, there you go. Nice. That's gonna help. Oh no, that's her. That's her. Oh my god. Yeah. Wait, so the people who he kills, they also become like this, or something like that. Their corpses also become invincible, like this zombie. Hmm. Uh, she just said that no, it's also yeah her problem. Hmm. Oh boy. Oh no, is this like a? Oh god. Yeah. Wow. Invisible zombies. God. Okay. Oh my god, her face doesn't. Boy, up. Oh god. Yeah, that's true. He wanted the. Oh boy, so is he? She's going to act like a bait or something. Hmm. Yeah, that's why he came. She came here. Oh god. How is she going to? Oh my god, she's going to just go through. Oh, how is she even going to find him? He's also invisible. Oh, there he is. Oh my god, I was just. Ah. Oh wait. Oh. Oh no, her face is going to come back again and the impact. Oh no, his body's not there. Oh wow, he just took his head off. Hmm. Yeah, they're the one who killed her. They did not show it in the previous episode, but now. Oh my god. Oh no, yo, I knew this is. Oh god, I knew this was going to happen. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Damn. Oh my god. Must have been a bone. Okay. Come on, Jolene, you can at least, I don't know, like at least attack the zombies. Oh, ah, well, there you go. Yeah. Damn. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's back. Oh my god. Yeah, her sister's soul probably finally. Yeah. Ah, they're the discs. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, and this is how she gets into solitary confinement again. Like, you know, the first thing we saw in the first episode, the police officers coming in and they're like, "Oh, you've killed someone" or something like that. They send basically Hermes like, you know, on the ground. So that was this scene. Okay, and so I'm guessing she'll be fine. Like FF can heal her, hopefully. Like, yeah, she's injured, but I don't think it's fatal. She'll probably be fine. All right, so there you go. She got her vengeance, and I guess this is the end of Sports Max. Unfortunately, we were not able to, like, you know, like Jolene wasn't able to figure out what he was doing. You know, like what he was trying to get or trying to find. But that's okay. You know, whatever. I'm sure she'll have more opportunities in the future to figure out who is this. Oh, but they. Oh no, wait. She has the discs with her. Oh, she can easily use that. I feel like. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Is there something up? There you go. I knew it. All right, here we go. The police comes. All right. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Now we are seeing this. Okay, she read it. Okay. Obviously, they're not going to tell us what she saw. We'll get to know later on. But there you go. All right, that was the end of Sportsmax. Okay, in this episode, we resume from the previous one where the alligator is attacking us. Jolene uses the blood to splatter it all over the alligator and see where the alligator is so that she can, like, kind of dodge it and everything. And okay, after that, she punches the alligator, uses the net, her strings to see where the alligator is. Obviously, like her string is very useful for this situation, because since the thing is invisible, if she makes like a net of strings, yeah, a net, or like kind of like a net kind of a thing, if she makes it, the alligator will probably get stuck getting in, and obviously the string will respond over there and she'll realize where the alligator is and can then attack. So her ability, her stand is probably perfect for like an invisible enemy like this. So now she's she's kind of trying to see where the alligator is, and she has like a little conversation with Hermes over here, where Hermes says that, oh, this is not your, this is not your fight, you go back, take Foo Fighter with you and go back. And but obviously Jolene says like, no, that's not the case here, because this guy, he is where is it? I think she says he's, just a second, I'm sorry, but this isn't just your problem anymore. Sportsmax must have some kind of purpose, and I would bet he has something to do with my father's stolen memory. He must be searching for a very specific thing in here. Here's if you read disc that the Sportmax's head has, we'll understand. Okay, so there you go. That's the thing. Now I need to go back a little bit, like the recap. I need to go back and see it a little bit, because the whole bone situation, I need to see what the hell happened there. Okay, like when Dio gives him, not Dio, sorry, what the hell am I saying? When Whitesnake gives him the bone, what's up with the bone? I don't understand. Just a second. I've went back to that scene. Here Whitesnake says, using your unique ability, there's something I would like to try. Oh, I understand now. What is he trying to make an invisible Dio? His ability is making, making the invisible zombies. So did he give him the bone so that he could make use of that and make like an invisible zombie of Dio or something like that? Was that like his plan? Okay, using a unique ability, there's something I would like to try. Okay, really, does that belong to a human? Well, whose bone is it? That is none of your business. Let's say it belongs to a very old friend of mine. The bone of my dear friend, the great Joe. There you go. So I'm guessing that was what he was trying to do. Use him to use his ability to get, make like a invisible Dio's zombie. I'm not sure. I guess that was like the plan or something like that related to that, because obviously his nature, his stance power is making like the invisible corpses and reanimate the invisible corpse or something like that. That's his stance ability. So yeah, I feel like it's something related to that Whitesnake wanted from him. Okay, now yeah, okay, I'm back to that scene again. So Jolene is trying to find out where the alligator is. She's not trying to find, and then she talks to Hermes about it, and she's like, "Yeah, this is not your problem anymore. It's also my problem." And she's trying to find out where the alligator is, and oh, turns out the alligator was on the wall. And it gets like part of Jolene's what do you call it, like shoulder? Yeah, and okay, now the way Foo Fighters got it was very interesting. She extended her hand, as a bait for the alligator to come and chomp. And you know what? I thought like she was going to use like when she was talking about like the part of her leg is inside him, inside the alligator. I thought she was going to like do something to the leg, or like like probably like like her whole body. She can like make like the fluid kind of thing from her body, that whole plankton thing that she can do. I thought she was going to do something like that, and like from inside the alligator was going to destroy it. Turns out it was something like that, like a kind of like that. She did what she basically did is use her hand as a bait. Alligator jumped it, and inside the alligator's mouth, converted her hand into a gun and started shooting. There you go. Got him from the inside, and that was the end of the alligator. Now after that, okay, now Foo Fighters kind of heals, not heals, I would say, kind of patches up, Hermes and like the parts where she's cut. And okay, now one thing, yeah, like correct me if I'm wrong, so I'm guessing her ability is kind of like the patching that she does. It's not like a healing ability, nothing like that. She basically puts like parts of her like plankton thing inside the cut parts to kind of fill it up for the time being, so that the blood flow stops, the blood doesn't seep out, and so that it like it gives it the time for the body to naturally heal. I think that's what her ability does, doesn't it? I think so. Like it's just like a bandage. I would say just stops the blood from flowing out. Like unnecessary blood loss won't happen, and it just patches up and fills the holes of the body for the time being, so that the body's natural healing process can like quicken and like heal itself. And when it is going to heal, she'll probably take that plankton, that portion out little by little. When the blood will clot, and when there won't be any more blood flow, she'll probably take it out. And that's the same thing I think she did to Jolene as well. I know the bullet wounds that she had, she put the planktons inside of her, and for the time being is keeping it like like filled like that. When the blood will clot and there'll be no more blood loss, or like when the body will start healing, she'll probably take it out. I think that's what it is basically. She's just patching them up. Like this is not like any like any restorative ability, like not a healing ability or nothing like that. This is basically patching you up. That's all that her ability does, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, like I said. All right, after that, okay, so now the question is, they kind of talk about what the hell this stand ability is, and they kind of come to the conclusion that it's like a living dead whose primary instinct is hunting for blood, and an invisible living dead, so invisible zombies basically. So, and while they're talking about it, I'm like, okay, where is Sports Max? Is he still inside the pipe? And they go to the pipe and see the pipe is open, like it's kind of empty, and there's like a handprint or whatever. And at first Hermes was like, oh, is he inside or something? And then she realizes the handprint, and she's like, oh, he's out. And oh my god, it's so interesting how we didn't even realize that he's actually dead, and that's like his invisible corpse that was walking. And I'm guessing that's why he was also forgetting, wasn't he? Like there was like when he's outside, he was like, oh, what was I doing, where was I going? Oh, I was going to the chapel or something like that, she says. Okay, here we go. And which way was I going? All right, I remember now. I was going to the chapel. There you go. So I'm guessing because of dying, or maybe like because of that, his memory kind of like like got a little shock or something like that, and he forgot about things for the time being. And okay, you know what? Let me read this part a little bit. Okay, I'm going to the chapel. He tries to go to the chapel, and my objective once there is to find and take the bone. Okay, this part is I'm confused now. Didn't Whitesnake already give him the bone? Then what bone is he trying to get? It says like I'm going to the chapel and take the bone. But Whitesnake already gave the bone, or am I forgetting something? Did something happen in part 1 that I'm forgetting? Okay, then we see the little scene of Whitesnake threatening him. He says, make sure you understand this clearly. If you fail me, I'll be taking back the ability I gave you. Okay. Okay, that's okay. My power limb biscuit can get the job done, and it will. When I possess the bone that Whitesnake ordered me to find, I'll be able to. Wait, what? What? Find the bone that he ordered me to find. Oh, is he? Wait, so did Whitesnake tell him to? No. How? Like I was going to say, did Whitesnake give him the task of finding the other bones of Dio? Why and how will he be able to find that? I'm confused now. Like we saw him already give that bone to him, didn't we? So what bone did he tell him to find? Okay, I feel like they're deliberately not telling us everything here, because in the end as well, like Jolene said, like, oh, like, I read the disc, I know what he's trying to do, and they don't tell us what it is. I think they're like deliberately like keeping this a secret for the future revelation or something. Yeah. So I'll wait for the upcoming episodes, and I'm sure I'll have some form of an answer to this question that I'm having. These questions that I'm having now, like what was he tasked with? I'm pretty sure it's something to do with Dio, and since his ability is like, how like making invisible zombies, I'm guessing it's something related to that. We'll see. Okay, now he's like, oh god, I need to take like a bath, I need to like get this grime off my body, I need to gargle this and that, and he finds out that woman, the woman we saw in the first episode, and obviously after seeing him, I'm like, yeah, she's going to die. Obviously we saw her dead already, and I don't know what the hell was the point of the little, like, in the beginning of the first, like, this is so weird. I feel like what they did is in the first episode they gave us like a little snippet of what's going to happen today in this episode, and the recap that we were supposed to get probably in the first episode, they shifted that recap to this episode. We got the actual small little recap that we had, you remember, in the first part of this episode, in episode 2. That would have been so better if we got that, like, like in the first episode. But they gave that random, like, like clip that we saw today in the first episode and gave the recap in this episode. I'm like, what is this? Now, you know what, like, obviously multiple animes do this, like, they kind of give us like little snippets of what's going to happen in the future to kind of, like make us more excited or something like that. It's like a suspense factor or whatever you call it. However, this is completely unnecessary in this show, because number one, they they up, like, like all the 12 episodes have been out on the same day. That completely destroys the whole suspense portion. Number two, what they showed in the first episode, the little snippet, we just got that in the second episode. I don't think that's how it usually works. What usually happens is they give us like a snippet of something in the first episode, and that scene comes way in the future, in the 7th or the 8th episode. Like, there's like a huge gap between there. That's why, like that little snippet kind of gives us a little suspense factor. We're like, oh, these characters we saw, this is what's probably going to happen. Why is this happening? All questions are in our head. And like, since the episodes are weekly, every week we're kind of waiting for like, oh, what is going to happen? And like, that little suspense factor kind of works out. We're like, oh, in the first episode we saw something like this is going to happen. And that's kind of interesting to wait, like, like couple of weeks, and then after the 6th or the 7th episode we finally get that scene. It works like that, not like this. I feel like this completely failed the whole purpose of this whole thing, because not only did they upload, like, all the episodes are, like, have come out on the same day. Not only that, but the little snippet we got was in the first episode, and that scene came in the second episode, which completely defeats the whole purpose. The wait or the gap is too damn short for that to work. I don't know, like, and I feel like the snippet in the first episode completely failed the purpose of what it was intended to do. But anyways, it's like they did it in a weird way, I feel like. But anyways, yeah. So this guy, he's like tries to bribe the officer. The officer's just reading, and he's like, the officer's not even looking at me. Oh well, throws away the money towards the officer, and goes to the girl, and he's like, oh, like, come with me, we'll go to cafe, blah blah blah. We saw what was happening, and he, like, like, I, honestly speaking, I did not realize that what was going on here, because yeah, I should have got it at the first, like, at the first place, that he's actually dead, because no one was reacting to it. I thought they were deliberately ignoring him. But then when he, like, kind of grabbed her shoulder, that's when I realized, oh, he is probably dead. He's invisible. This is a stand ability. And yeah, he grabs the girl, and the girl, like, kicks the other guy. It's so unusual that he takes so long to realize that he's actually dead, and like, he's actually a girl, like he still thinks that that girl is able to see him. But I don't blame him, like, who would even think that I'm dead? Like, I'm doing something, and, like, like, if someone's ignoring me, I would probably think, like, oh, he's deliberately ignoring me. I wouldn't think that I'm dead and I'm invisible, that's why that person cannot see me. So yeah, I can't blame him. Obviously he's like, what the hell is going on? And he didn't realize what was going on up until the very end, where he realizes that he's dead. But anyways, he kicks the guy, and this poor guy, he just gets kicked and punched, and just, like, goddamn, what did he even do to get this, but yeah, and he not limp, sorry, Sportsmax is like, oh, like, he tried to do that to you, like, that's not nice, okay, let me teach him a lesson, and, like, grabs him, drags him to that shadowy place, and the girl follows him, and okay, oh my god. And he takes out the money, gives it to that girl, and the girl is like, oh, like, there you go, you have your money. And, like, Sportsmax is still thinking that she's talking to him. Oh god. And obviously Jolene and Hermes is running towards her, because they realize that probably in that sewer he died, and because he died, he himself became like that, and invisible zombie, invisible corpse, and he's, like, roaming around now. So yeah, now that the girl was like, oh, you're giving me money, and then this guy starts taking out his pants and everything, and she's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, goddamn. Don't you feel that it's unusual, like, someone's, like, like, clothes are just coming off automatically? Like, what? Like, she should have run. That situation, if you see something like that, like, like weird things like that happening, you should probably run. But she was just standing there. Unfortunately, yeah, because of that, in the end, she ends up dying. But yeah, he gets Sportsmax gets the drugs or whatever it was in there, tries to get an injection, and then realizes that he's just made up of sewer. And that's when he realizes that he probably died in that sewer. And yeah, and now the girl decides to run, after seeing, like, this, and obviously it's way too late, like, she dies here. And like, as soon as it's so interesting that as soon as he realizes that he's dead, his, like, thirst kind of comes up. He's like, oh my god, I'm thirsty for blood, and he grabs a girl and gets him. It kind of reminds me of like like the unconscious like thing where like if you suddenly get hurt or you start bleeding from somewhere you didn't even realize, you kind of do your own thing and suddenly someone points out, they're like, oh, what's happening, why are you bleeding from there? You see it, you see the blood and you see that you have cut your hand, and you realize, oh yeah, this is what's happening, and then you realize that it's actually painful over there. The pain hits you then. Up until now, since you were unconscious, you don't even realize. It kind of reminds me of that. Like up until this time, he didn't even realize that he's thirsting for blood, because it's been a while he became that zombie. He was just normally walking around like doing stuff. When he realizes, as soon as he sees the sewer and he realizes that he's dead, he that it clicks in his head and the thirst comes and he's like, oh, I need to get blood. And I'm guessing that's what happened here. Like unconsciously he didn't even realize that he was like a zombie and he needed blood, but there you go. As soon as he realizes that, he grabs the girl, kills her, and takes her blood. Now after that, Hermes and Jolene comes to this place, and the door shuts, the gate shuts. At first Hermes was like, oh, this is my fight, you go back or something like that, and then the door shuts and there you go, there goes the opportunity for Jolene to go. But he still she still tries to convince her. She's like, oh, this is my fight, and Jolene's like, no, I told you, this is also, I'm also involved in this, and yeah. And then Jolene kind of makes the net thing again and tries to kind of see where the enemy is. And okay, now turns out, okay, Jolene, one of the strings kind of move. Jolene kicks that part, and the hand, there's like a hand, and it's so funny that she's like, oh, your hand is broken, and then she realizes that this thing is a zombie, so even if his hand is broken, it doesn't matter. And but still she was able to get that zombie and was able to defeat her using a stone stone motionable stand, and uses the string to cover the zombie. Obviously the silhouette is visible now, punches them, the zombie dies. And here we were all under the impression that that was Limp Bizkit. Turns out no. That was not Limp Bizkit, that was actually the girl. Now interesting, that means the person that a zombie or like an invisible zombie will feed from will also become a zombie, which kind of makes sense because these are zombies, whatever, that's what happens to zombies. If zombies bite someone, they also become zombie, or if kill someone, something like that, I guess. So I'm guessing that's why that that girl also became like that reanimated corpse or something like that. So that's interesting. Now there's another thing that I'm thinking about now, that when the owner dies, or stand ability owner dies, doesn't the stand also but I guess there have been exceptions to that. I don't remember which, but I remember there being a few stand abilities where the ability still worked. Which was it? I can't remember, but I remember then being a stand ability which worked even after the owner was dead. Which one was it? I don't remember which one was it, but I do remember that did happen. So I'm guessing it's also something like that here. I was going to say shouldn't the stand ability also gets destroyed as soon as the owner dies? Just like how if the stand ability dies, the owner will also get the equal amount of injury, or something like that will happen. But like I said, I remember them being a situation before where the owner was dead but the stand ability still persisted. I guess it's something similar to that here, because not Limp Bizkit, sorry, Sportsmax died, but the stand ability still ended up persisting after that as well, and he himself became like a zombie. So yeah. Okay, so after that, we see that not only that girl's zombie, but and like just like there's like a lot of graves here. Like the invisible zombie comes popping up from there one after the other, and they starts kind of trying to attack us. Jolene keeps the net ready, but these zombies are kind of like just clawing away and like taking out the nets little by little. Like there's a lot of them, like one person we can stop. Like there's like 30 or 50% over here if there are. Obviously Jolene herself and her stand cannot like actually get them. I doubt there are 50 of them. I think like there's 10 of them, but still 10 of them are quite a lot of number. It's a huge number for these for Jolene and Hermes to fight, and these things are goddamn invisible. Like how do you even fight them like that? So yeah, it was a problematic situation. So obviously Hermes okay, and before that Jolene tries to get Foo Fighters here by using one of her strings, and she's like, oh, let us get out of here first. We cannot deal with them. Let's get Foo Fighter here, get out of here and make a plan, then get our revenge. I'll also collect the disc later, so let's just leave for now, Hermes. And obviously Hermes is kind of comes outside of the strings, and she says okay, she says that he also wants vengeance against me because he died in that pipe. So okay, you know what, let me read this part. His mind must have been flooding with thoughts of how to retaliate. He wants to chew my head to a pulp. Okay. The one who will eventually end me is definitely that bastard himself with his own foul teeth. Listen to me, Jolene. There are tons of people who'd say getting revenge won't bring your sister back, which is true, as if they understand what I'm trying to do, and others who will tell me forgiveness is important. Now, there's an interesting thing that she says here. She says I'm pretty sure everyone knows this, and everyone would say this, that revenge brings nothing. It's basically by the end of revenge you'll be just empty, and you realize that it's not worth it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone will say that. But you know what the funny thing is? That's the logical conclusion. You can say that because you are a bystander. The person who always is the victim in this type of situation would never think of something like that. What the bystander is saying is definitely the truth. Obviously revenge never brings anything. It's something that only takes from you. It's something that you'll realize that, oh, I've just spent my whole life trying to chase on this revenge, and in the end when I get it, it's just gone. What is revenge? I get revenge on someone for doing something. I kill that person. That guy is dead. Now what? Now what I'm going to do? My life is just over now. I don't have anything to live for. This thing is 100% true. This is 100% true, and I'm pretty sure everyone would agree with it. But like I said, that's only the case when you're a bystander. You can say it in a rational, logical way like that. If you're the victim, I doubt anyone thinks like that. And that's so true, the victim here who wants to get the revenge, that person would never think like this, never. So that's the thing. That's the sad part here, because obviously a bystander would make sense in this situation because that thing didn't happen to them. They'll be able to talk logically about this situation and tell you the truth as to what you're going to happen. You yourself, who's the victim, will also probably understand and realize what that person is trying to say, and you'll probably also admit that you're right. What I'm trying to do is going to just take everything away from me, and by the end of it I'll just be here empty-handed. When my revenge will be done, I'll be empty. I understand that, I know that, but they will still not listen, because that's the thing. That person is a victim. They went through that situation. They won't be able to rationally and logically think about it. They will try to get that revenge, and they will get their revenge, and in the end they will be empty. They know that, but they'll still do it. That's the thing. That's the sad thing, because Like, yeah, like anime, I feel like revenge is a thing that is heavily brought out in anime. Like a lot of shows have revenge theme into it. Like, like most of the shows have this like whole revenge thing into it, and most of the shows always, like show us how revenge is just like, it results in nothing. It's something that people should not go for because it makes you empty by the end of it. But yeah, like that's the victim will never think about it at that moment. And I feel like the little, like, that moment of respite when you're killing that person or defeating that person, when you're getting that revenge, that 1 second or 2 second that you get, the relief that you get, I feel like that, like, the person who's trying to get the revenge is just doing all of that for this 1 or 2 seconds. And that's just it. That's basically revenge. It's just like 1 or 2 seconds. You get your revenge and there you go, that's it. And yeah, anyways, enough about that. So there you go, that's what I'm pretty sure that's what Ernest was trying to say here. She says, like, I don't care. There you go. As she says, I don't care. There's no way I force myself to forget that my own blood relative was thrown into a sewer and just go on about my life. This is all I've been preparing for. There you go. Like I said, she's not a bystander. She is the victim here. And Jolene, like, not Jolene, but anyone here who is a bystander would obviously say stuff like, yeah, revenge is not worth it. It takes away from you. Like, it's try to forgive and stuff like that, they'll say. But obviously, they're the bystander. They're not the victim there. So what Hermes is saying, I understand that. I understand what she's trying to say. Like, this is her sister she's talking about. And like she said, she cannot forgive that person for throwing her sister in the sewer and killing her like that. So it's so ironic that he also died like that, didn't he? Like in the sewers. Yeah. Okay, then after that, she comes, like, tries to, like, just break through. And I was thinking, how was she going to find out where Sportsmax is? He's invisible. And it turns out, like she said, he was also waiting for his revenge. So he himself comes out and, like, kind of bites off, I think, like a part of her head or something. Like, you know what? Let me check this part. Yeah, he bites off part of her head. And probably, like, kind of ate that part, which works out for our advantage in the future. Now, what's her name? Hermes used the kiss to kind of make her head into two, and tries to attack the Sportsmax, but oh boy, he did an interesting thing here. He basically took his head off, put like, I think he was carrying his head. Where is that part? Yeah, he's carrying his head. There you go. So he basically took his head off and is carrying his head, and kind of did that to throw her off. Since he's invisible, she cannot see him, and she'll probably target the below of her head, thinking there's the body over there. But there's no body because he's carrying his head. And obviously he starts, like, blaming her sister about it. He's like, oh, it was your sister's fault, she was there, and blah blah blah. And they show us what happened there. Like, they killed her sister, and her sister was, like, pleading for Hermes so that they do nothing to her. And yeah, now after that, oh, he takes out the kiss from her face, and her face, I was really, like, I was like, my god, this is going to hurt. When her face is going to come back again, oh god. Yeah. And okay, she's falling down, and then we see that the part of the head that he consumed is also coming back, because the kiss has been taken out. Everything's going to come back now. So the thing that he ate or consumed obviously is inside his body, and it's coming out now. You know what? I'm going to say something here. I feel like when he took the bite, his head was detached from his body. So I wonder how the piece of her head went inside his body. Like his head was detached. Did he just put the thing, kept it on in his mouth, and then when he put his head on top of his body again, did he swallow after that? Otherwise, how did that happen? His head was detached when he bit him off. That's the only conclusion I can come to. He bit her, took out the chunk, his head was detached. So after that, when he puts his head back, after that he swallowed. Anyways, I just thought about it. But yeah, the thing comes out of his body, obviously like kind of tearing off his, like it's going to come back either way. And he's bleeding now from his his torso, not torso but like from his and okay, now okay, so interesting, he's invisible. So she says like I was able to properly I can now properly see your location. So the place where the blood is coming out, she says the median line of your face from the chin to your skull. Okay, so basically that worked out in two ways. The thing coming back to the ability, the standability, the kiss which came and tore his torso apart and came out, worked in two ways. Obviously dealt a little bit of damage to him, kind of rattled him for a moment, and that's the first thing. The second thing that it helped out is the blood came out and she was able to realize where his body is, and making like a little line out of that. Like she said, she made up like an imaginary median line from there and realized where his head is, and that's where she kicked, because this guy is invisible, she cannot see him properly. The blood showed him where it is, where he is. So there you go, it worked out two way. It dealt a little damage, and also it was able to make her realize where he is and properly kick him. And she kicked him so hard. And then obviously he's completely bleeding now, like his teeth is broken and everything, blood is coming out, she can clearly see him properly now. And then she punches him. Now he orders the zombies to attack. Okay. Oh, now she has his head as well. Use the kiss on the head, and the head is in two now, and takes out the seal, goes back, it goes back and it hurts him more. And then there you go, after that she starts attacking him and gets her revenge. All right, okay, interesting. So in the end we see that scene where she probably took out the seal and the head goes back to his own head, and it probably kind of impacted it so much that his corpse ended up dying completely. It disappeared. And obviously he's the stand user, so I guess after he died all the other corpses vanished. Okay. And obviously we've seen this multiple times in JoJo, the spirits that are there, they kind of we see them, like it happened with Abdul, it happened with Gujarati as well, I think. Yeah, it did happen with Gujarati, didn't it? Yeah. And now it's a Gloria. So there you go, and she kind of hugs her, and she then cries. She's crying, but obviously she cannot properly hold herself because she's bleeding and everything. Becomes unconscious. The discs are out, and Jolene asks Foo Fighters to come here and help patch her up. And then after that, from the after credit scenes, we see what happened. Obviously the police officers come in. This is the scene we saw before. and they like get Jolene and her it's like in confinement, and Jolene says like Joe's eating the bread, and she says that after reading the disc I knew what I need to do here right now. There you go. So I'm guessing they're trying to hide for the moment what she saw in the disc, which we'll probably get to know, and that is where it ends. There you go. So yeah, that was it. That was this episode. This is episode number 2 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean Part 2. So yeah, that is the end of Sports Max, and we still don't know what is written in the disc. What the hell Whitesnake is trying to do? What did he task Sports Max to do? We still probably don't know what he's trying to do. It probably has something to do with his ability, like that invisible zombie corpses. But I think Jolene probably has some idea, because she read the disc now. She has an idea, and she'll probably let us know in the future. But yeah, there you go. That's it. So thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it, guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll probably be back with another episode tomorrow. Like I said, I'll do 3 episodes, one like every day for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then the rest of the week I won't be able to do, and then again the next week I'll again do another episode in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's how it's going to go normally, unless and until I'm busy, I get busy in one of the days and I replace it with another day. But for now, hopefully tomorrow I will be able to be back with another video, which will be episode number 3. So yeah, see you guys then. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.